Hypno music.
Yeah, gotta let it go. Knees on the ground and I let it go. Yeah, I'm loving my life. Yeah, I'm loving my life. Yeah, gotta let it go. Hands on my knees and I let it flow. Living my life. Yeah, I'm loving my life. Shake it down to my left. Shake it down to my right. Reach towards the sky and wind and round and feel fine. Shake it down to my right. Shake it down to my left. Cause I'm feeling blessed. Feeling at my best. So yeah. Cause I'm feeling blessed. So yeah. Cause I'm feeling blessed. So yeah. Man, I'm so grateful. Wake up in the morning, rise and thankful. Yeah, I'm loving my life. Yes, I'm loving my life. Hey, that's right, my damn fool. Living in the past, they don't let it go. Living my life, standing the test of time. Shake it down to my left. Shake it down to my right. Reach towards the sky and wind and round and feel fine. Shake it down to my right. Shake it down to my left. Cause I'm feeling blessed. Feeling at my best. So cause I'm feeling blessed. So cause I'm feeling blessed. Let me barbecue. Let me barbecue. Let me barbecue. Let me barbecue.
Good afternoon. My name is Lynn Thompson Gibson, and I am president of the Metropolitan Philadelphia Area Continentals. And I am so overjoyed that you decided to take time out of your busy Sunday schedule and join us as we have our program honoring the power of one. Now, these honorees were selected last year, and everyone knows what happened last year. The pandemic wrecked us up, down, and all around, but we didn't want to put this off 1 second longer. We are here today to honor some firsts, some individuals who make a difference in our community. Now, people make differences in communities all the time. For example, we learned about John Lewis. All through his life, he made impacts over and over again. A little girl, Ruby Bridges, she made a huge impact. Every teacher worth their salt reads about Ruby Bridges in the elementary grades to give people hope for change and power. Now, today, we are going to honor 3 powerful individuals. The first one is Reverend Marshall Paul Hughes Mitchell, followed up by Hilderbrand Pelzer III, and we could not forget Stephen Scott Bradley. So my sisters are going to come in, introduce themselves, and then we're going to get to hear from the honorees. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's get this honorees program started. But before we do, we'd like to have a word or two of prayer from our chaplain, Carolyn Wingbush.
Good afternoon. We will now go into prayer. Would you please bow your heads? Our Father, we come to thee this afternoon to give recognition and honor to our 2020 honorees. We come asking thee to be with them. We ask you to bless them, bless their families, their friends. We give a knowledge of the things that they have done, the service that they have performed for their community and city. We also ask you to be with the Philadelphia Metropolitan Area Chapter of the Continentals as we continue to do our work for our young people, as we support the students in the Philadelphia and surrounding areas. God, you know our hearts. We know our minds. We commit all to thee, for we know that through thee we can do all things. Our honorees have shown service and dedication to all. So be with us all. Thank you. Amen.
Good afternoon. I am Gloria Pelzer, member of Continental Societies, Metropolitan Philadelphia Area Chapter, better known as MPAC, and chairperson of the Power of One Awards program. Continental Societies is a national organization with 47 chapters in the United States and one in Bermuda. The mission of each chapter is to engage and respond to the needs of children and youth in the area. Prior to 2015, MPAC honored businesses and organizations that helped us to support our mission. Colgate and Staples, to name a few, were two of our biggest supporters. In 2015, MPAC decided that we wanted to recognize individuals who have contributed positively to our children and the communities in which they live. Thus, the Power of One and the Essence of Woman Award were established by the chapter. For the past 6 years at our annual fundraiser, our Spring Fling, we have alternated awarding the Power of One Award and the Essence of Woman Award. Our March 2020 Spring Fling was canceled due to the pandemic. Consequently, we were unable to present awards to our 3 Power of One honorees: Stephen Scott Bradley, Hilderbrand Pelzer, and Reverend Marshall Paul Hughes Mitchell. Thus, on this occasion, this afternoon, we will make our presentations to our 2020 honorees.
The Goldman Sachs program has had a major impact on Bradley and Bradley. And then one thing I learned is, as a business owner, I need to have a better grasp of financially how the firm is, my receivables. It's given me the confidence and the aptitude to go after the business and basically build on my brand and my reputation to ask for the business. Now I have a growth plan and an exit plan, which is going to make me much more competitive.
afternoon. My name is Camelia Bowles-Cobb, and on behalf of MPAC, it is my honor to present the first Power of One Award for 2020 to Mr. Stephen Scott Bradley. Mr. Bradley, in addition to all you do with running a very successful business, your willingness to share your time and talents to make things better for the community speaks volumes about you as a person. You have clearly demonstrated your commitment to improving the situation of others in various arenas: jobs, wages and benefits, economic opportunity, small business opportunities, neighborhood restoration, youth mentoring and assistance, and the list goes on and on. My MPAC sisters and I appreciate your willingness to also serve on MPAC's advisory board, assisting us in identifying ways to serve our underserved children. We recognize your many contributions and we thank you very much for your service to the community. Many congratulations, Mr. Bradley, on being a recipient of the Power of One Award for 2020.
My name is Stephen Scott Bradley, and it's my privilege to accept the Power of One Award today. It is an honor to be recognized by the Continental Society, Inc., a Philadelphia chapter, and I'm very humble and honored to be one of the awardees this year. And I want to congratulate the other honorees and thank you for this recognition. The Power of One to me, what impact are you having in your community? And I'm completely honored that you chose me as one of your honorees and continue to do the great work that you do in the Philadelphia area. Thank you very much.
When I came out of college, I graduated as a health and physical education teacher, and I took on a job at a juvenile correctional facility for health and physical education at the time. But it was in that setting that I was exposed to some learning disabilities, literacy concerns, and just seeing the educational environment from a perspective of incarcerated youth, which got me to really think about maybe what I knew about from my parents was something that I should be doing, which is education. And I eventually made a decision to go back to school for education, administration, and pursue a career in leading a school. And that's how I got into this profession, really through the exposure of incarcerated youth. And since, I haven't looked back. I've served as a teacher, assistant principal, worked at the district level, currently still a principal at the elementary school. And so this is something that I'm very passionate about in trying to bring equity to issues, to help coach up teachers, and just really make education what it is, powerful.
Now, you may agree with me, but I strongly believe if we increase and improve reading instruction and help teachers who struggle with teaching reading, we will increase the graduation rate. We will decrease the dropout rate. We may even displace some of the many excuses that we place on external factors, such as poverty, students' home lives, and other factors, parenting, and focus on reading instruction. We may even disrupt the school to prison pipeline theory by shifting the focus away from discipline policies as the reason folks are going to jail to reading instruction as the reason folks are going to jail. And we could affect the lives of black children and their families by eliminating the student achievement gap, which, as we all know, is an ever-persisting problem that seems to only affect black children.
Good afternoon. My name is Marguerite Henry, and on behalf of MPAC, it is my honor to present Hilderbrand Pelzer III as another recipient of the Power of One Award. He is currently an elementary school principal in the Philadelphia school system. He has over 30 years of experiences as a teacher, assistant principal, a high school and elementary principal, and an assistant regional superintendent working in the urban educational field. This includes his enthusiasm for student achievements and incarcerated, underserved male juveniles. As a leader, an agent of change, Hilderbrand has directed and guided significant reforms for educational programs, for urban schools, and Philadelphia major correctional facilities for students. He is the author of Unlocking Potential, Organizing a School Inside a Prison. His expertise lies in organizational change, policy leadership, systems thinking, transformation, situational leadership, systems thinking, and large scale for improvement and community engagement. We want to thank you for your contributions, for your improvements, for educational reform programs in Philadelphia schools and correctional facilities for students. We wish you continued success in the future for expanded educational opportunities for students and male incarcerated juveniles. Thank you so much.
Hello, thank you, Metropolitan Philadelphia Area Chapter of Continental Societies, Incorporated. I have long been familiar with the Metropolitan Philadelphia Area Chapter of Continental Society, Incorporated's mission through members who hold special places in my life. My mother, Gloria Pelzer, and my wife, Eileen Pelzer. As a school leader, I have also received donations of school resources from this chapter for students attending my school. As such, I am honored to be a recipient of the Power of One Award. The organization's mission to create environments within communities that empower children to have access to quality and appropriate opportunities to reach their optimal potential reflects my professional beliefs and steadfast commitment to youth education and juvenile justice. Over the 3 decades of my experience as an educator, I have been driven to improve students' lives. Reflecting the Continental Societies Incorporated's mission, I have also used my position as a principal to create accessible and equitable learning environments for some of the most vulnerable and marginalized students within various school communities across the city of Philadelphia. This has included expanding opportunities for students in highly challenging environments, particularly for incarcerated youth within Philadelphia's prison system, young people who have dropped out of school, and students who have been expelled from the school district of Philadelphia. To an even greater extent, the Continental Societies Incorporated's mission reflects my national advocacy for literacy as a social justice issue. Indeed, my commitment to the issue is rooted in the promise this mission holds. As both a principal and a national speaker, I use my platforms to spread the support for the science of reading and for investing in our youngest children's potential by investing in their teachers' reading knowledge and their professional practices. There is an intricate connection between early literacy and feelings of self-worth, as well as between illiteracy and juvenile delinquency. I believe that access to quality reading instruction can help children reach their optimal potential and put them on a path to greatness. In my work, I have both facilitated student achievement and struggled with the reality that some have not thrived under my leadership. In either case, it is organizations like Continental Society Incorporated that have inspired and motivated me to improve the way I engage with key stakeholders and organizations that offer relevant programming and services. In other words, those organizations that further our collective and social responsibility to improve the lives of children and successfully carry out our missions. In accepting the Power of One award, I would like to assure the members of the Philadelphia Metropolitan Area Chapter of Continental Societies Incorporated that I will represent them with grace and honor. I will elevate this award in the eyes of the communities that I serve and help raise awareness of this chapter, its involvement in the community, and its 5-point programmatic thrust. Again, thank you for recognizing me and honoring me with the Power of One award.
What are your goals for the children in the church?
Now that's a really good question. We develop a 5-year plan that tells us where we'd like to be as a church. And so we think about that every day. And so we think about children. The 2 groups we think about the most are children and our seniors, our older members. So that's why in our church we have ministries like the Praise Dance Ministry, we have scholarship and endowment, we have tutoring, we have Girl Scouts, we have Boy Scouts, we have youth retreats for our teens. So what we try to do is we try to supplement what the kids don't get in school or what they might not get at home or what they might not get at the YMCA with enrichment programs here at Salem. So before you graduate from high school, you'll travel to Haiti and work as a missionary. So when you go off to college and someone says, have you ever traveled somewhere? You say, of course I've been out of the country. I've been to Haiti, where we help people. So we want to expose you to a wider world where you have the best experiences possible.
Marshall Mitchell of Salem Baptist in Abington, leading by example. He's received the first of a 2-shot COVID-19 vaccine.
I've probably encountered thousands of people who are COVID positive, and so I was very fortunate to be designated as one of the frontline people.
Mitchell is a key player with the Black Doctors COVID-19 Consortium. He says it's not a maybe, but a must that Blacks get vaccinated, given they are dying at a higher rate from the virus.
Well, right now we're swimming against the current of American history. This is a country that has a very sordid and mixed bag on racial issues. And so now is probably the worst time possible to ask people to restore trust.
Mitchell acknowledges the reluctancy among Blacks to get the vaccine based on history. Yet according to the CDC, African Americans are 2.8 times more likely to die from it than white Americans. He says faith leaders will play a major role in providing clarity and confidence in science.
Because the Black church is what people trust. It has been a voice for forever.
And Pastor Mitchell says it's not a black or white issue, but he says it's a chance for those who didn't feel like they had a voice to be at the front of the line.
This is allowing people who are Black and brown and poor, and people who are frontline workers who are oftentimes overlooked for people in the C-suite. This allows them to go to the front of the line for a resource.
Good afternoon. My name is Mary Davis, a member of Metropolitan Philadelphia Area Chapter. The final recipient of the Power of One Award is Reverend Marshall Paul Hughes Mitchell, pastor of Salem Baptist Church of Abington. Not only is Reverend Mitchell a dynamic deliverer of the word, he is also committed to developing a strong relationship between Salem and the community. His greatest passion, however, is working with the youth within the church. As such, he would like to forfeit his award and has asked that a stipend be given to 2 Delaware State University students. The students are Braylon Tia Page and Ramir McDowell. Thank you, Pastor, for always thinking of others and encouraging our students to do their best by continuing to strive for the pursuit of excellence.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for this wonderful honor. I'm very touched by all of your kindness and for recognizing the power of one and the power of our community to impact and do things for good for one another. Let me also extend my congratulations to Steve and to Hilderbrand, people I've known a long time. Hilderbrand knew me before I was born. He and my brother were in kindergarten together, Montessori school. And Steve, you've been a great friend along the way. But how can I even begin to describe the impact that the Continentals have on our city, our community, and our people? So I want to encourage you, even as you honor us, that by honoring us and by calling attention to people who've tried to make some difference, you yourselves make a difference. So we all share this together. I want to encourage you to redouble your efforts, to amplify your volume, and to lean into these times because we need people just like you. And I can promise you that Salem Baptist Church and Marshall Mitchell are going to keep doing what we've been doing to advance the interest of our community, young people and old alike. And so allow me, on behalf of Salem Baptist Church, Penn Memorial Baptist Church, where I'm the caretaker as well, to commend you and to congratulate you on keeping the flame burning even during these dark times. Thank you so very much, and love to all the members of Salem Baptist Church. I really appreciate your love and your support. God bless you. Hopefully see you next year or the year after in person. Be safe.
Now we will have a selection by our lovely songstress and Continental sister, Suzanne Henry, also known as Suzanne Christine.
Hey, yeah. Shattered, but I'm not broken. Wounded, but time will heal. Heavy the load, the cross I bear. Lonely the road I trod, I dare. Shaken, but here I stand. Weary, still I press on. Long are the nights, the tears I cry. Dark are the days, no sun in the sky. And yet still I rise, never to give up, never to give in against all odds. And yet still I rise high above the clouds. At times I feel low, yet still I rise. Sometimes I'm troubled, but not in despair. Struggling, I make my way through. 'Cause trials, they come to make me strong. I must endure, I must hold on, yeah. Yet still I rise, never to give up, never to give in against all odds. Yet still I rise high above the clouds. At times I feel low, yet still I rise above all of my problems, above all my eyes can see. Knowing God is able to strengthen me, to strengthen me, yeah. Still I rise, never to give up, oh, never to give in against all odds. Yet still I rise high above the clouds. At times I feel low, yet still I. Sometimes I don't know where Thank you.
Oh my, Suzanne, what a lovely selection. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the program and now know why these 3 individuals were selected by members of MPAC to be honored in 2020 as our Power of One honorees. Thanks so much for joining us today to help us honor these 3 giants. All 3 of our honorees have received countless awards, but MPAC just wanted them to know how much we appreciate them. We know that they will continue as public servants to improve the lives of children and make needed contributions to the communities they serve. In addition to our audience, I want to give a shout out to everyone who helped to make this program a success today. Specifically, Madeline Brown, Gloria Cottrell, Suzanne Henry, Tiana Phillips, and my committee members, Camelia Bowles-Cobb, Mary Davis, Marguerite Henry, and Cynthia Weaver. I would also like to thank Lynn Thompson Gibson, our chapter president, and our chaplain, Carolyn Wimbush. The members of MPAC need the financial and committed support of all of our family and friends in order to carry out our mission. Please follow us on social media and access our website to stay informed and abreast of our many activities so that you will know how you can contribute to our worthy cause. MPAC will celebrate 25 years of serving children and the community in 2022. We look forward to celebrating with you. Good evening, stay well, and stay safe. Thank you.
Hypno music. Yeah, gotta let it go.